Okay, welcome back. I'm Phiona Mbowa here at Church of Uganda Family TV with Ring Diaries. And today we are talking about couples in business and with Big Daddy and Big Mommy who have been in business for almost, I think, 24 years.
Yes.
And they're still happy people. It is actually doable. From what you've told us and what you're sharing, it's actually doable and you can still be happy. Because one of the things that keeps up is how do I separate my marriage from my. If we have a quarrel, like a business quarrel, don't we carry it home?
I will tell you when it comes to quarrels.
Yeah.
You know, when you make money, decisions vary. What we have had that I want to thank this man for is, poor guy, he will, of course he has noticed I have better plans and details. He has noticed that. But he's still the man. So many times he's very good at listening. I will make my point, take it home with him as he's quiet, listening. At some point he will say, I have understood. I am not very dull. He will not tell you to stay. He will say, I'm one person who understands very fast. I have noted what you have said. And out of all the pain, he has tried, because it's not easy. He has tried, he has listened to me, because we are different at spending. So that's where most of our quarrels are. When he has new investments and he wants to do big, he knows. Even when I just look at him, he knows I do not agree with sums as huge as that. So he will listen to me and adjust. There is need for adjustment in everything we do as married.
But when you don't agree, for example, in the school, maybe a decision that has been made, doesn't that affect you at home?
No, incidentally, I want to tell you, usually the problems at home are brought by men. But our response is very important. Let me take, for example, the school. Of course, it is my profession. I'm more, I understand all the details in it. But when we started it, my husband, his big heart, brought in so many students for free. Whoever, Phiona, you could virtually walk up to him and tell him, I am held up here, I am a widow, without any checks. He will bring your 5. These are widow's children. And when I was registering, you have a husband and you're not actually badly off. So that's where most of the quarrels would come from. But my response, knowing which type of person he is, who wants the whole world to live free, who wants everybody to get what they want, we had to start regulating. At one time we had 100 students free, but their parents were very able-bodied. So we started adjusting, and it takes the two of you to, at one time he said, this is frankly too much. How are we going to survive here? So he started cutting off, and every time he would be lied to, most of them were lies, he would be lied to, he would not give an immediate answer. Stay and either walk away, or someone gives up, or finally you say the truth. Somehow we had to work on his, kindness and allow us, because we are the ones that suffer with the food, with the teachers, with the, good thing we have not been able to take any loans, thanks to me, because there are times when we would be tempted to take loans. And with this kind of, there is no one would have walked out.
Is not here, but
he will listen.
He has to
listen to this.
So at the end of that day, we have to play safe. I have done everything in my powers not to allow loans enter my house, bearing in mind that the money maker is the largest spender. So that is also a duty of women. Let me even talk about that. It is your duty to safeguard your house, to safeguard your property. Many of us have lost property because we just laid back, or we were scared to speak. But we have been able to consolidate everything we have, because we know who we are. We know who we are, and we just cannot go picking, because we have property that could pick a loan here and another one there, but we would lose them overnight. So it is very important for women to know that it is their duty to also protect the money. He tells you, I shop better. I want value for money. Yes, there's
People
no
don't
way.
know those
There's no way you will
things.
come home with all rotten
I
mangoes.
don't want value for money. I want to help the other poor
You
woman
see,
to survive.
That's the thing.
But get the mangoes you have
what
paid
cost,
for.
yes.
I
When we
agree
pay
with you.
more, okay, I would allow the paying a little more.
Yes.
But get the mangoes.
The real
and pay.
thing. I mean, you would easily walk in with mangoes that are all rotten and says, oh, banzibye. But makumbye. So I have taken it upon myself to shop everything, and he has allowed that because he sees the value.
Yes.
Then I have been in charge of all children's going back to school. I shop things in dozens. Plus the ones they will carry along. School going, you have sugar. Come home, you know. I have had to suffer with all those. So at the end of that day, I have it under control. Because if it's a sack of sugar, you can afford to let
Give
those
some,
other ones
yes.
take, make him happy, but still
Yes.
preserve the budget. My problem with my husband is the budget. He says God will provide.
So what happens, Big Daddy, if there is an issue that crosses over to the marriage? Now it's no longer workers, like employer-employee, but now it crosses over to husband and wife. Or you don't carry work home.
We do, but there is a beauty about us. That's
Chibuzo
the
change
Lord.
now,
You're
wait.
such a Big
Oh.
Daddy.
My wife is full with knowledge, but we don't carry work home. Is that the question? Carrying work home? Of course, you cannot. It is very difficult to differentiate between the workers and the married. The marrieds. Sometimes they will be intertwined somehow. But what we agreed is that we allow time. Time will tell whether Big Mommy was right or Big Daddy was right. Okay.
And in the meantime, during that time as well.
During that time, of course, we are always saying, but time has proven. For example, when we bought that piece of land, time has proven that I was going to pay money to a fraudster. You see? So everything comes back to God. When you allow and pray together and share, time will prove that this one was wrong and this one was right.
Possibly, Fiona, what we have done, we have learned from each and every one of those, so we are progressing.
So each thing
Each
is a
thing,
lesson.
yes, is a big lesson. 1, 2, marriage is hard as long as you work towards it being hard. It's complicated, but that's what it is. If you're waking up every day to work towards it being better, intentionally, deliberately, Fiona, you will not fail. 2, we speak about everything at the spot. I don't know if it is me who was. I'm usually the one that is saying, this is wrong, this is. He accuses me less. I don't know if he keeps it in himself, but
You keep
it is
it in
me.
yourself.
I want to
You
do.
should tell us.
No, I don't keep it myself. But like you have seen, I allow her
Yes.
to talk all the things she wants in 1 hour,
and he
I
knows.
come in 10 minutes
He
because
has-
I don't want that conflict.
He has
So,
also
Saida-
heard that he has learned that when I speak, it is done. That's my problem.
She
If
always
I had,
had.
if I had a grudge
she
with
lets
you
it
and
go.
I told you, I'm okay, we will smile the next minute. So he has learned not to suffocate me, but also take notes. Some of them are notes. He will tell you, this was not my, but you said it the other day, so I've done it. That is for you, you know? And you feel good because then when I said don't do this, there are just so many
know
other
why
things.
I have not.
Let's allow Fiona to ask questions, but now I feel like we are.
No, I like this because it's actually bring out some of the issues that people who are working together actually.
Yeah, I don't carry things home in the room. I learned not to. If a child has committed a little offense, we will deal with it there, beat each other, explain why we have beaten each other, and that's it.
Me, I will combine them and beat you after 3 months.
You see?
The other
And
day you
kill
did this,
you.
the other day you
But
did
by
this,
the
the
time
other
you
day you
just
did
like
this.
you-
Yes. So, and I'm telling you, that is how we
No,
are
no.
in marriages.
Big Mommy
Me,
solves problems there and then. Me, I'll wait for them to accumulate into some pyramid.
by the time
So-
you beat me, I don't even understand why you're beating me.
Me, I forgotten that thing you're beating me.
You even say it as a, did it offend you again? I say, yes, it did. Why didn't you say it? That's how
it is
different.
January and I'm reminding you. Do you remember last year in June?
God.
I would die.
have you set any boundaries to make this work marriage balance work out well?
Boundaries in
Are
what?
there some boundaries you've set? For example, if we are in the bedroom, we don't talk about business.
Incidentally, we have not. But you know, we've lived together long enough to know kino kigenda kuleeta obuzibu bw'amaanyi. So why? He does better because shelves and shelves and
For 3
shelves,
months
and I'm
until he
telling
blows
you,
up,
but I get less problems from him. Me, I'm dealing with issues all the time. So it is me who has issues. And there's a grace the Lord has given us that he lives like that and is okay, and I live. And we don't mix issues. Me, if school fees of children has not been paid, does not stop me. If he has not, he does well because we budget and plan, because that's what I want. 2 weeks before children go to school, pay the fees. Have your peace. Now you can give to everybody. But when you pay other people's fees before my child, so we have made those adjustments. My children are paid 2 weeks earlier, so you can spend the rest of the money. Family members have had to burden us with so much, and we have built facilities, a school, everybody.
And that's the thing with school business. Everyone akuzali.
But we put for them there, not here, because you know the other boundary. Maybe I would say is our home is our home. Our children need to enjoy the home.
Are you serious?
Yes.
With him?
I'm telling you.
But there are some people you can't do that.
He has had to adjust to that because you're dying, virtually dying.
No, we took care of so many siblings, friends, children. But now we said, no, it is our time to enjoy the house now.
Doesn't your heart bleed even to make that decision?
No,
yeah, but what I've done is that I still help from wherever they are, because it is even cheaper.
Yes.
The other thing that I can tell you, Phiona, those children we bring to our homes, if you find 1 or 2 who are grateful, you do so much. They eat what your children eat, and then they go and say, hey,
my greatest shock.
The one day you give your child 5,000 and you give the other one enkumi satu.
You'll hear
our phone will ring to the
we
mother.
Have had
so we have those very ungrateful children.
We have really had a lot of them. A lot. I was overwhelmed when I entered his house. It was full. So I sat and said, okay, so where do I fit him? It had sisters, had in-laws, had everybody. So I had to first study my home. And
I told them she's the policeman, she's the prosecutor, she's the judge. Whoever she says go, you go.
I really
so
want
better
to
behave.
I
did.
Wow.
Yes, he said, you disturb that woman, you finished. Go. You don't come back to me. So at the end of that day, I really had to look into what he really wants. It was hard, but I really had to do it. Wonder if the house should be empty. For the first 10 years, we were full. Phiona, we were full. And he got his 10 years. Now I was talking to him softly saying, after 10 years, our children should own their home. They should own their parents. Because it's a big heart. He would just walk out of the compound and you find children lining around him. My kids get jealousy sometimes. And they're like,
and they're right.
Yes, they are very
so,
right.
Yes.
I would be jealousy too. So at the end of that day, I knew I had to work out a method of getting him to be the father to just these ones, because they don't have any other. It was very important. So right now, in about 7 now, after COVID, because COVID really put us in our places.
It put everyone in their place.
So once we started living like we, as a home, as a family, as a couple, we never came back. We have not invited any other. He has tried. He even told me yesterday there was a boy that he was coming. I was like, well, they came and finished. We do not need anybody here.
You can help them from wherever.
Yeah, let them get all the help from them. And we are by there doing so much. But I think the greatest gift that we got, that's where people talk of soulmates. There is a way situation would be so hard, and because you're soulmates, it is not that hard. So I would tell couples to work towards being soulmates. That even in trouble, you can have. It is there. The space is there. your husband can do something that you can never take it from any other person, and still there's that space where you say,
The grace,
you
yes.
still love
The
him.
special
Let
grace.
me say something, Fiona. Big mommy, allow me say this. It's okay to cross through my legs
It's
on
very
the
okay, please.
I'm the big daddy, you viewers, please. As I told you, I am a scientist, and my wife is more on the art side. So to me, I don't fear taking risks. We can design a jet and it blows up 1,000 people. We keep on improving. You see? Now my wife is the kind of, please don't fly this jet, people will die. And you know. So even in money, I take more risks than my wife. My wife will calculate everything. For me, I'll say, let's invest. You see, I send 45 million to someone in China, someone I've never met, someone I've not talked to. And then I am praying, I said, oh Father, I pray that this person may be genuine. Because in science, including medicine, we are always risking. We kill 1,000 people and come with the cure after 1,000 and at 1,001. So for her, she's that careful, very, very calculative person in the house. And once I recognize that, sometimes I listen to her, but I still say,
Yeah.
I am a scientist, let me take this risk,
And
whatever
sometimes
happens.
it works.
And even marrying her, you didn't ask her. It was a big gamble.
That's a conversation I want to have when you come back.
Yes, I can say it in a minute. I met her in 5 minutes. I'd already told her when I will marry her and when I will introduce her and how she's going to be the mother of my children. 5 minutes of meeting her for the first time. Take that risk. That one,
he has been paying for
that one will come
yeah.
back and talk about that. So for us, we are risk takers.
And many men are.
Many men could
God
be,
gave them
yeah.
to just
So,
do things.
Once I know that my wife is the careful kind, like I told you when we were beginning this program, she's the kind that will check and say, Nene, was the massacre, one by one. And for me, I'll throw in the mouth and then realize in tofu.
After you've eaten them.
I allow her to glow.
And that is good. So, are there people who take advantage of the different alphas in this relationship?
Yes.
All the time.
I am the culprit.
They take advantage of your kindness.
Yes.
Do they sometimes go over, especially in the business, do they go over and come to you?
Yes.
All the time.
Yes.
All the time.
It happens a lot.
You remember I told you I'm a signatory on all their accounts? Sometimes
that's
I
how
can.
you handle that.
Sometimes I cannot. Some of them I cannot. For example, if someone is bringing business, he ended up using space technology to accurately locate positions.
Oh, we do
Earth.
that.
And so that is the main business.
We sell GPS stuff.
Okay. So we will
tracking your cars.
He will risk.
We do those receivers.
He will risk get the instruments at office. I've administered that office for all the guys who have been with him. And he will give out a quote with very minimal. Mostly when the stock stays for a while. You just say, let's give it out. It's very painful to make a loss. Exactly, to make a loss. But when he says, this stock needs to be cleared. This stock needs to be cleared. We need new stock. I'm like, it's not the season. You wait when they read the budget. Everyone will be coming for this. Why don't we wait a bit? Of course, we've had those ones. Sometimes he gives it away and you can't tell a client, no, you can't pay 45 million. It is actually 90 million. You let it go and you lose. Sometimes I'm losing, sometimes he's losing, but we are doing very well. He really takes risks.
So the handling people financially, at least you're able to have a say.
We do.
But if it's not financial?
Like what?
Because there are people who take advantage. For example, you said it's a school. Let me say you make a decision to fire a teacher, and then they come to Big Daddy.
Incidentally, he's the one that fires. I'm very good. I look bold, but I've never fired anyone.
How is
that? When it comes to issues of children, especially teenagers, I am not the kind of person.
Yes, that
their standards are set in one of our schools, Kansas, in Mubigwe Mkono, that number one, homosexuality. Even if it is a rumor, I said even if it is a rumor and there is alleged, you will leave the school. Nobody will bring me to a meeting. Even if it is Rugambo, you will go.
Now
Number two, if a teacher falls in love
is
with a
romantic.
student,
Or is
romantic, even if it is a rumor. So I come out boldly and fire someone without asking anyone.
Now that is
And I
where
put on the group, I'm not looking for anyone's opinion.
I'm telling you,
So
that's
there is
where
that
the
side which
biggest pain.
people should not be,
Actually, I've
no,
had
should
the
not take
most
for
pain
granted.
there because the teacher in me believes if you're so bad today,
Warning, suspend,
Exactly.
no.
Give-
Fire on the
You
spot.
have to give 2 warning letters and then you
That
Now-
is the administrative way. The scientific way, fire someone, bring another
Explain
person.
now
later.
that is where I've had
Explain.
the greatest
Don't even
pain.
explain. Why are you the one rumored to have fallen in love
And-
with
and
with Kathy?
And-
Tell me
Why
why.
not someone else?
Why not someone else? Please go home.
And over the 18 years we've run schools, I have had the biggest pains in the school. Because there's this child that is really bad. They're teenagers, but my psychology tells me, well, if you're close to him and he's your,
friend, you can make
Exactly.
him around.
and for him, that opportunity is not there. So we have
Go
heard
and
about,
organize yourself
Ah!
from elsewhere.
don't spoil the rest.
The rest.
So me, I have succeeded with some reasonable ones, and I have had to tell him to know. These 2, please let me handle. And I've got very beautiful citizens after. And that is where the challenge is that he decides as
Holy
a
Spirit,
scientist.
are you patient?
And be patient.
Are you
Yes,
patient?
Yeah.
scientists, China patience, yes.
They will leave. And me, what I believe, once I've identified your problem, or I've addressed it a bit, your change has started. But
It's not yet. You can't
I'm
see the
telling you,
results
there was
yet.
one student I even took to prison, and he wrote an indispensable
Suspension.
indefinite suspension for
Suspension.
him that I held and didn't give to the parents because I knew this boy at this level was good because the parent knows. I know we could watch him closely,
Yes.
and I held that. I told him I cannot let a good person leave. I have done
Because of
so
the mistakes
much
you have made.
that I don't want him to go somewhere and be good somewhere else. He needs to be good here. So that, and I tell you, today is a finished product, very responsible husband.
Nice.
And he calls and says, "Wabula big man wanjira wo mubiri singa te wanjira, why would he be dead?" And I would be very disappointed if I was not given chance to. So,
Allow me change a little bit this talk since we came to talk about business as couples. Let me try to deviate a little bit. Businesses in general, because we started the jet flying. We didn't really do any groundwork on it. Businesses in general, money matters. First of all, you should have either a good or a service, something that's out there. What do you sell to the market? What service do you offer? But also talents and gifts. Someone can build businesses on that. Having said that, the richest companies, and listen to me, viewer, the richest companies earn per second. Per second. So, in God's design of seasons and times, after a year we come to month, isn't it? After month we come to weeks. After weeks we come to days. After days we come to hours. After hours we come to minutes and seconds. Now, richest companies, including those ones which offer us satellite cell phone calling, they charge us per second. Now, big companies like Shell, like Total, like Walmart, they are designed in such a way that someone enters to take fuel or to buy something in Walmart every 5 minutes. If they can go down, that's better. So, husband and wife who are viewing us, those couples which are viewing us, if your income is every after 6 months, those people in agriculture, a very small percentage will go into the money economy. They are into the work economy. They go to the agriculture to do exercise, to sweat and have nice figures, but it does not translate into money because the resolution is so high. So if you're a couple watching us, if your income has been after every 6 months, please, every year you bring it down. By year 7, you are earning per week. Big Mommy here now earns every day because she has a fleet of border borders, higher schools. there is a high chance that someone is paying her on her phone the time we have been here. So couples should struggle and strive to bring their levels of income down year by year by year. By the time you are 50, by the time you are 60, you have an income that brings money to your house every week. We may not go per day, that's a bit being so much.
Every week.
So you see what I'm saying? Companies like Shell, they are designed that someone takes fuel every 5 minutes. After the show, go and stand at a fuel station called Shell and see what I'm telling you. If the vehicles don't pull every 5 minutes, then they begin advertising, promotions, because they have to achieve their target. Then when it comes to something like KFC, it is designed, Kentucky Fried Chicken is designed that someone walks in every 5 minutes to buy a piece of chicken, but also the delivery time. You see, they have also designed that when you walk in KFC, you should be served in not more than 5 minutes. Now, this guy who sells chicken here in Mengo, Walikukubo, how long do you wait? You have 5 children, you are going to Rubiri, you have to wait for 30 minutes before they give you, and they sell at 6,000. Because their delivery time is 5 minutes, of course, plus a lot of ingredients and cuisines, it's more expensive, but it's because also the delivery time is faster. After 10 minutes in the KFC, Phiona, you begin complaining. And yet you can wait in Mango for 30 minutes, say, oh, I can't get on TikTok, WhatsApp, because someone is delayed. So these are all business tips for people who are working as couples and people are living in a life that is hard when you are very poor. I've said this many times, most demons in church are driven along poverty. So women should be empowered to work with their husbands. You know, we die faster, and your wife doesn't know the bank account. She doesn't know. Tamara used to say, my wife should be at the center of our businesses and should be able to drive them in case God calls me first. Plus my children. Every holiday, Big Dad and Big Mommy, they will call their children to the family table, not to pray. But I tell them, this year, of course we pray after. Yes. I tell them, this year, this is what we have done in Data Grid, which sells surveying equipment, positioning system, GPS, Data Grid. Catalina Medical Center in Buyikwe. Fortis Medical Center in Inama. Kansas Big Daddy School in Buyikwe. Big Mommy School, Border Project. I brief them and I tell them, these are the blunders I made, and this is how Big Mommy corrected them. And so my boys who are big now, they'll say, oh, so Daddy gives an opportunity to our mother to say something. Yes. I am not the typical African man who says, Omukaza afumba. Even when I married her, I told her, if we need a good meal, we'll go to phase 2 or Sheraton.
It's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes. Don't keep that. So many qualities.
She has a lot she can offer. And I've tried this, I'll tell you. When we go to the US, she was the first to get, of course I was already working there, but she got a job in an adult school to teach English to those people who come from foreign countries who cannot speak English. Now, some people travel and cannot even take their wives. Anyumi anabada Amsterdam, omukazi watuka ku nnyonyi, abuuza ne pilot nti amafuta agali mugana atumala paka. What kind of wife is that? So when we see your wife down, we look at you, the husband. Your wife is your image.
She's your unfinished
product. Omukazi wo bamuyita okwogera ku church n'akuba ku muzina mama church. Abaye mumpulira mama takwatanga ku microphone. Oli musajja ki? Oli so high up. Talinyanga ko wadde kechugenda Nairobi ku Jomo Kenyatta. What kind of husband are you?
Big Mommy, please close this for us. As we come to the end of this, please give us some.
What I would like to say to the brothers out there, we know you've not been doing it, so it's hard for you. You can start, take one step at a time. Let that woman keep money. Because you have these generalization things. You say, they have not. Try. Let her keep $1 million for you. Check with her after 2 weeks and see. discuss the plans with her, even if she's an illiterate woman. The fact that she's in your wife and the mother of your children, she has a duty and a contribution to be. Give a chance to contribute to what you're doing. Many men have had the opportunity of their wives contributing, and it made all the sense. Many of you are dying of stress of a loan. You would not eat. Many times my husband wants to build a building and says, I need 200 million. I say, you give me 70, I go. At the end of that building, I've used 120. The men that have mastered that are thriving and they have no loans. The women were given the vacuum of multiplication. You want something to multiply, keep it with a woman. I don't know
if you've heard that, or I can repeat it very many times. If you honestly want something to multiply, and now I'm not saying it because I'm a woman, by the way, but most people that have succeeded, the multiplication comes from a woman. So trust your women.
Yes.
And as they said, your wife, like, there's no one that can wish you well better than your wife. So entrust them. Let us grow together. Let us do those businesses together, and let us thrive together. Thank you very much,
You
Big
are
Daddy
welcome.
and Big Mommy. And
Man.
for all our viewers, I hope you are excited about this talk, and I'm looking forward to having them again on another topic. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Phiona Mbowa here at Family TV with Ring Diaries.